Going on the road. Going on the road. Going on the road with Harley and Mona. RV broke.
Ready?
Yeah.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day here in Quartzsite.
It's cloudy.
It's cloudy. We had a few storms come through last night.
70s next week.
Yes, it's been chilly and yucky. But anyway, so this video is a review of our fifth wheel that we've had for a year now.
Yeah. Pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close to a year.
One more week.
Yes, and so we're going to talk about some things that we've done and things that we need to have fixed. So, I have a list here. I never do lists, but I thought this would be good that we can cover everything. Okay, so the upgrades that we've done, and we have videos on pretty much all of these, I think. So, the diesel heater.
We use it every day.
Every day. It's running right now.
It works great.
It does. It saves us on propane.
A lot.
Yeah, so we're thinking about getting another one
for the back.
For the garage area. Then okay, and then so we did put a dresser in the closet upstairs.
Front closet. Yeah.
I need a haircut so bad. That helps a lot. We cut the king size bed down to a queen size. That's very nice. It gives us walk around space. And then we put the wider little bedside stands in there too. Let's see, what else have we done? We did washer and dryer.
An indoor vent for the dryer. Yeah,
it's
washer and dryer.
So nice, just like
not to have to go out and do laundry.
So nice, yeah. And you know, it's like clean and yeah, and then the vent for the dryer.
It's a vented dryer, but I didn't want to cut a hole in the side, so it's an indoor vent. I mean, in the summertime it'll probably get hot, but I can move the vent to outside if I have to.
Right.
That back bathroom.
Yeah, and we can open windows and doors, which we haven't been able to do. Well, we have, but it's been dusty and windy. And then we put a lot of dimmer switches in here.
Yeah.
Which, it's so nice. Just like, one, two.
Put two.
We did three
dimmer switches. Because one in the bedroom.
One in the bedroom.
For the headboard, and then one here and one in the other slide out too.
One by the dinette and one here. By the way, this is an Alliance Valor 43V13.
Two full baths.
We love this layout. I don't think there's nothing that we don't like about this layout. One thing that's a little annoying for one of us is like this seat comes out like this.
For one of us.
And then if I have to go back
and one of us walks back and forth all the time, so one of us has to keep putting their feet in.
So I guess we know which one is which one on that one. Oh, and then we put the outlet in the table, which
that's nice.
That's so nice too. All these things that we did are so helpful. And then my cute little curtains here, which I haven't figured out exactly how to do them. I have little ties here that I have to bring that up. So anyway, one thing about this is the propane heating it's just terrible.
Heat goes to the easiest flow, and they've got it going into the basement to heat up the water tanks, and they have it going to the bathroom and the bedroom, but the kitchen and the dining room and the back gets very, very little heat. So that diesel heater makes up for that much better. So
Oh,
we don't,
yeah.
we hardly ever. I've only filled the propane tank. We got here in November, and I've only filled the propane tank when we first got here, and that's it, one time.
Yeah.
And because if you want to heat up the bedroom and bathroom, then you just turn it on and it. But every morning I get up and I hit that diesel heater and I leave it running.
Yep.
An hour and a half. This place is 72 degrees.
And sometimes we don't even hear it running, and we come
Yeah.
back. It's like, oh, it's really warm in here.
Yeah, we leave and we go for a couple
Yeah.
hours, come back, and we forgot we left it
Yeah,
running.
yeah, because it's so quiet.
And I moved the thermostat higher up, and I had it way down below, and I moved it up eye level now. So, and it's
Right.
remote control, so
Yeah,
you don't have to.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was one of the best things that we've done in here. What I've noticed is that when I open what is our utensil drawer, is that you can feel the heat coming.
Because
In,
the heater's
out of
water
there,
heater's
so-
behind there.
Oh, is that
So
what that is?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
radiant
okay.
heat coming out from the water heater and from the heater.
Okay, so that's that. So, we're trying to make an appointment with Alliance in Elkhart, Indiana. And I'm not going to say that we're getting a runaround, but it's just like
It's 45 emails. They just
Yeah,
want this,
it's
want
just-
that. We've never been in for anything ever. And they want you to go to your selling dealer. Well, we bought it at an RV show, so where's the selling dealer? I don't know. And then nowadays, selling dealer, you have to make an appointment with them. They look at it. They
Yeah.
submit the paperwork.
Yeah.
And other dealers won't honor, like you go to a different dealer than what you bought it from, and they won't do any work on it. It's kind of weird. It's not like a car dealership. I assumed it was like car dealerships, but it's not. Looking back, I would never buy a new one. I would buy a used one and deal with it, whatever,
Yeah, because
it's the
things are pretty
warranty's
much
worthless
taken
kind of. So
care of. So one thing that I would say is just check everything. If you're gonna buy a new one, check everything. Check every outlet. Like bring a hair dryer. Check every outlet to make sure it works. Because what happened with us?
oh, yeah, they didn't. Well, we picked it up at night. We had to go out of state to pick it up, and the outlets on the whole back half, nothing worked. They had it wired wrong from the factory. And that's when it came in. I looked at the generator, had 0 hours. When we picked it up, they called us and said it was ready. Generator had 12 hours on it. Well, they've been running the generator to operate the outlets because they had it wired backwards. So it took me 5 hours to figure out which one was which, and then they cut the wire a little too short in the back, so I couldn't switch them. So I had to pull both electrical panels and swap wires in there to straighten it out. Now it's fine. And then we had
Right.
an outlet. They use outlets that have a little, like you just push a wire in instead of screwing them in, and we had those are bad. And then the kitchen island went dead, and the armrest here has got an outlet. It went dead too.
And that was
I-
later.
Yeah,
That
and I
was
put a
later.
an ohm meter on it, and it had power. But the minute you plug any kind of a draw on it, the power lost it. And I called up Alliance, and they could not tell me a wiring diagram of it. And they had me talking to some electrical expert, and he sent me a diagram that was not even close to what I was working with, because it was all off the GFI2. And so I just pulled outlets one at a time, and I had Ramona plug in an electric fan. Leave it sit for a minute, it would make contact, and she plugged the fan in, and I saw a spark shooting across in the outlet. It was a bad connection. I straightened the outlet out. I pulled the wires out, pushed them back in, and put it back in, and now it's all fine.
And I think we
But,
have
yeah.
video of that.
Yeah, video
We'll
somewhere.
put that in if we have
Yeah.
video of that. But that was a real fire.
Yeah,
hazard.
so I'm into it about 7 hours of me working on fixing things that they should have fixed. But well,
But that's I don't know. I don't know if that's the dealer's thing. If
the dealers wouldn't have been able to
no,
fix that.
right. So
dealers
it's
would be running
it's
separate
the
wires.
it's
Yeah.
the builder's checklist that they
Yeah,
didn't check
yeah.
or whatever. But anyway, that spark thing was happening behind the fireplace,
behind-
right?
underneath the TV and behind the fireplace, it
Yeah.
was shooting across the outlet a spark.
Yeah.
It's kind of dangerous.
Kind of.
But
Kind of dangerous. But yeah, like I was saying, check everything and check the air conditioners, because
Yeah.
one of our air conditioners
That was on the first
That
one.
was on the first
That
one.
on the first one,
Anyway,
yeah.
that was a brand new one also.
Yeah.
And one of the air conditioners didn't work. So just
On the other trailer.
yeah,
Yeah.
on the other trailer. So just
We're talking about this trailer.
I know. I kind of anyway, that was a brand new one too. So let's see what else. Okay, so things that we are trying to make an appointment for, and the biggie is the garage floor.
And where the motorcycle sits is sinking. And it's never been wet. It's just they used too light of a material because the bike weighs 900 pounds. So on the back wheels, maybe it might have 600 pounds. And where I strap it down, and I started noticing when I'm riding the motorcycle on it was bottoming out coming in. Well, then I pulled the bike out and I looked, and sure enough, you could see where the floor is sunk down.
It's
They don't have enough bracing on the floor, so
it's really
they're going to have to
obvious.
replace the floor in the garage.
So we have submitted all of these
yeah.
things and got approval on most of them so far.
But they haven't set a date yet.
And then the hitch.
This hitch is compromised where it's bent in and the bolts were loose. And there you can see the bend right there. Yeah, the hitch
The
was bent
hitch on
right
the front.
Yeah, from the very get-go it was bent. And then we picked it up and you can see where the bolts were all loose on the front hitch and they have rust around them. And so I went and made sure they were all tight. So whoever transported it from Elkhart to here, the hitch must have been loose bouncing around. So there was a bend in the hitch, so you couldn't really tighten it up right.
And then the windows.
Yeah, windows too. We ordered dual pane.
Right.
Yeah, so a couple of them were fogging up, and they were right from the get-go
Right
too.
from the beginning. Last summer when we
Yeah.
were here, or last winter
Yeah.
when we were here, we noticed them fogging.
They wanted us to go to a dealer, and I'm not going to have some.
And they wanted to send us the windows too.
Yeah,
It's just
no, I'm
like,
not
no,
putting
we're
them in,
not.
yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
your job. So the big one in the dinette is leaking, and the one in the bedroom on.
Yeah, they're not leaking; they're fogging up.
Yeah, different things. They're not leaking. They're fogging, and glass isn't sealed or whatever. And then let's see what else. The jacks, or the leveling system, I guess.
Yeah,
you would say.
auto level has never worked. It says not available. Even when I'm parked like in a level parking lot, I can't do auto level. It normally does that if it's off kilter, so something's got to be reset there.
Yeah.
It's never worked on this one. It worked all the time on the other one, but this one has never worked on.
Because when we use the level in here and it says it's level, and we go to set that level, how does that work?
No, it doesn't level.
It doesn't
You can't
level.
set the level. It won't let you. It won't
But
let
you
you
do
auto
it manually.
level. I do it manually.
Okay.
It won't
all
let
right.
you auto level.
All right. And then the fuel pump on the
Yeah,
on
it
the little
started
fuel
leaking
thing.
A couple of weeks ago when I started filling up her little motorcycle. It was leaking gas in that little compartment where the pump is. That's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Because it's gas,
So,
not
yeah.
diesel. So
Yeah. So we'll see if they'll fix that. And then we have the hot water pump.
there's whining. There's a check valve in it, and it's starting to whine when you use hot water. It makes it
And the water goes
noise. Yeah.
shh, like that.
I don't-
So how would you say that sounds?
I don't hear that. I just hear a whine from the.
Oh, well, the water pressure comes off and on. Like when you're doing the hot water, when you're running the hot water, it comes off and on. In the bedroom door, we've noticed that our bedroom door is coming
It's
away
the
from
top
the
is
wall.
kind of coming away from the wall, and it's binding on the top. So they're gonna have to reset that.
So there's a lot of caulk along the edge of the door frame and the actual wall.
And you can see where it's.
And you
come
can
apart
see
now a
where
little
it's
bit.
pulling apart. So the screws are coming loose or
Something,
something,
yeah.
and then the door, you can see the door is not fitting properly.
That's it.
Okay.
I already reset those countertops because they didn't have them level.
Yeah.
I removed those.
Something about one of the wheel.
Oh, the fender. Yeah, there's a little plastic fender cover. The screw came out of the bottom. It started flapping and cracked that on top, so that needs to be replaced.
Yes. And then there was a little black thing or
Oh, strip. Yeah, that came loose in Kansas or somewhere, and I glued it up to the top.
Where is that
But it
at
needs
though?
to be replaced right by the front bedroom slide. They put a slice in there.
Oh.
And they have a piece in there to keep from the fiberglass from cracking. They have it pre-sliced for stress crack, and there's supposed to be a rubber cover over it, but that little cover thing, little plastic cover thing, came loose, and
Okay.
so I glued it back in there. But it needs a new one.
Okay, so we're trying to get all this approved. We're trying to get an early April appointment up there in Elkhart, Indiana, and we're just waiting on approval for stuff and trying to send in everything that they want. But we really like the lay of this trailer. Like I said before, we really are enjoying our home, right?
Yeah, they're not built like a motorhome. They're not built like the Eagle at all, but
No, and I feel like
they're lighter. I mean,
they're getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
They're being made worse and worse. So anyway, we just wanted to do a 1 year checkup, physical checkup.
she wanted to.
You're with me on this, aren't you? Because if you're not, I'll just stop.
It just sounds like you're complaining.
I'm not complaining. I'm just telling the truth. So
Okay.
anyway,
All right.
thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing and commenting and sharing and
Going on the road with Harley
All right.
and Mona.
See ya.
catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.